Hey everybody, welcome to the Jolly Roger. My name is Chef Brian, and today we're going to make a weeknight meal. Something simple, very easy to do right after work. We are going to make a creamy chicken pot pie pasta. I'm going to run through the ingredients, and then we're going to get to going into it. I have chicken breast. We're going to cut it up into strips. I have homemade chicken stock. If you don't have homemade chicken stock, my recommendation is to get what's called better than bouillon. And it comes in a paste. You mix it with hot water. It's a lot better than the carton or the can. Next, we have a cream of chicken soup. We have a cream of mushroom soup. We have a bag of frozen vegetables. We have this zesty Italian seasoning. You can find this packet in like the powdered dressing area in your grocery store. Next, we have a pasta, and I had to actually look at how to pronounce this. This is called cilanti. It is a fancy macaroni. It has extra twirls in it like macaroni. So we're using this pasta. If you don't have this pasta, that's perfectly fine. Rigatoni, you can use penne for this. You could use spaghetti for this if you choose. Next, we have a block of cream cheese. Now we're gonna flavor this cream cheese similar to a Boursin, because Boursin is expensive now, and it's like $8 for 5.2 ounces. And we're gonna show you how to make your own at home and save you quite a bit of money with that. Now this meal is going to be using our Instapot. We have a 8-quart Instapot here. If you don't have this, you can still do this recipe, but you're going to have to make everything separate and then combine it at the end. So let me get everything set up and I'll show you the measurements and I'll bring you right back. All right, everybody, we're back. All I did with the chicken breast is I cut it down the middle, where the thickest part of the breast is, down the middle, and then I cut it into strips. That way it cooks evenly in the Instapot. Other than that, that's all the prep we have other than to make our homemade Boursin. So what we're gonna do is I have 5 cups of our chicken broth. We're gonna go ahead and just dump that in. After that, we're gonna add both of our cans of soup. Actually, we're gonna add our noodles and then our cans of soup. So it's the whole thing. I got you overhead so I could make a point of this. When you're using the Instapot, you want all your noodles to be in the broth. It's called iceberging is what the term I've heard people say it before. So our soup is next. We're gonna dump all of this in. And this is so simple. Like, you can just do this on a weeknight after work. The only thing is you gotta let your cream cheese come to room temperature to soften, so it's easier to mix. And you know, you have a meal in less than 30 minutes for sure. So we're gonna kind of speed this up. Our cream of mushroom soup. And then next we're gonna add our chicken. And that's just gonna go on top of our broth and our soup. And then we're gonna add in our Italian zest packets. And then we're gonna pressure cook on high for 3 minutes. And then we're gonna do what's called a natural release. And I'll explain what that is when we get to it. But basically after the 3 minutes, we're just gonna let it sit and not do anything to it for a total of 6 minutes. So my packets, just dump those on top. And then lastly, our chicken. And we're just gonna place that right there. Give it a little spush. And then next our lid. And if you have an Instapot, these are great. If you don't have one, what I recommend is go to Goodwill or a thrift store. They have them because people don't know how to use them. So they take them to a thrift store and you can pick up one very cheaply. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit pressure cook.
Change of time.
Down or up?
Down.
I can't see.
Okay.
Good?
No. Go.
You gotta tell me this.
Good. Go.
I can't see. Okay, once we get our 3 minutes, we hit our vent to sealing. This is on top right here. And we let it go. All right, everybody. While our Instant Pot's coming up to pressure, I'm gonna go ahead and make our Boursin. We're gonna put 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and we're gonna do half a tablespoon of garlic powder and just mix it thoroughly. And then that's our remedy for our homemade Boursin's cheese, and it saves you so much money because cream cheese is not that expensive, but Boursin's is. So we're just gonna mix it thoroughly, and when the pot comes up and runs through our 3 minutes, I'll bring you back so you can see what a natural release looks like. You just don't touch it and leave it, and it'll start counting up, and that'll be it. I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, everybody. Our timer just came down from 3 minutes to 0, and now we're gonna start counting up to 6. And once it gets up to 6, that's our natural release, and that's when we're gonna go ahead and do our venting with our vent on top. Ready? So our 6 minutes is over, so what we're gonna do is release our vent, and it's gonna have a lot of steam. I usually do it with a pair of tongs or a spoon or something, so my hand's not directly over it. It's just a safety thing. I don't like getting burned. Most people don't. So, all right, let's go ahead. That's a lot of steam. Once our pin drops, it's safe to open. So this is gonna take a couple of seconds. Our pin drops, so that means we're safe to open our lid. We're gonna do this the same way we do with the pressure canner. We're gonna pull up and lift away so that excess steam does not come to our face. Set this aside. We're gonna go ahead and remove our chicken, and we're gonna shred it afterwards. All right, everybody, I removed the chicken. I got you overhead so you can see what this looks like. It is looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit saute on my Instant Pot, and then we're gonna add in our cream cheese and then thoroughly mix it through. And we're gonna immediately add in our frozen vegetables, which they've been sitting out for quite some time, so they're not fully frozen at this moment. They are more softened, but we just need to bring those up to temperature. That time I made a mess. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and stir this up, get it all moved around. And you wanna be careful not to touch this metal lid right here, so I got a towel so I can hold it steady. I went ahead and killed the heat because we don't need to overcook our pasta or it'll get mushy. So I wanted to talk about shredding chicken. I have these what called bear claws. You just kind of go like this, and it works out really well. You can do it with 2 forks, but this I just got on Amazon. We're gonna give it a try. And I think it's gonna work out really well. So we'll start with a little bit. And this just goes back and forth. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah. This thing is well worth it. Heck yeah. Look at that. Wow. Instead of slaving over your wrists, this is awesome. Yeah. Boom. Love it. That is awesome.
That's gonna save my wrist.
Yeah, save mine too. All right. Going to do the last bit of chicken. And caught a noodle. Pour that back in. And there you have it, everybody. Creamy chicken pot pie pasta. We're gonna get this plated, we're gonna take some photos, then we're gonna do a taste test. All right, that is our homemade chicken pot pie pasta. Let's give it a taste. This is one thing I love about the Instant Pot is it cooks rice perfectly, it cooks noodles perfectly, every time. And if you wanna see a video on that, let me know in the comments. It feels hot. It's so hot. But boy, is it good. All right, I hope you liked it today. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff people say. Anyway, y'all take care, and I hope y'all give this a try. It's so hot.